Oh, she was there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hi, Marisa.
Hey, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear me well. I might cut out.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Well, yeah, I'm so sorry. I have to leave pretty soon.
Okay,
But
so,
yeah, let me know what's going on.
yeah, okay, so,
We'll call the meeting to order
thank you. At what
at
time?
6:05.
Great. Roll call.
Lily Calderon.
Mary Ann Royal. And joining us remotely is Kelsey Sullivan and Marisa Monroe, and Shannon O'Brien is here, and we have a guest. I'd like to welcome Jim Foley to our meeting.
Hi, Jen.
So we don't have a public input, and that should probably go after we approve the agenda, because Jim would like to speak to us, okay? Okay.
All right, so additions to the agenda.
Yeah, we had a discussion about the freedom of
Access.
access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's make sure we get to that. Can we add in something at any point in the agenda?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be under new business, but we can take it up in any order you really want.
Okay, so maybe let's add it to the first.
Let's,
I gotta plug in, hold on.
so, freedom access, new business. But there are other things that are more important right now related to what Marisa is ready, willing, and able to do.
Yeah, so let's start with Marisa.
Well, first we have to approve the
Approve the
agenda.
agenda first. Does anyone else have anything new to add to the agenda? Okay, seeing none. We need to approve the August 28th minutes.
Well, no, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I need a second.
Second,
All in favor?
All in favor?
It has to be a roll call vote because we are remote. So I'll start, Mary Ann Royal, yes, aye.
Lily Calderon, yes?
Rick Sullivan, oh yes.
Kelsey Sullivan, yes.
That's unanimous. Okay,
Okay. Now we'll approve the August 28th minutes?
no, we're gonna give Jim
Oh, sorry,
some time
you
to
added
talk
that,
with us. He came to
Okay.
speak with us tonight, so.
Okay,
Kelsey and Marisa, let us know if you can't hear Jim, okay?
Okay,
You can
Okay.
actually, you can see the live stream on YouTube, if you want to try to do that. But that's up to you.
in the interest of time, I would think, Jim, you go ahead.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Winterport is rift rules, but I understand that the Conservation Committee is going to look into buying the property on the Lower Oak Point Road that's owned by Joe Specker.
No,
No,
No?
it's
Not
owned
owned.
by,
it's on the
Yeah.
market for sale. Kelsey, go ahead. I don't know the name of the seller.
This is the owner.
Oh, you are the
It's
owner?
42 acres. No, I'm not. Joe Spector is. And it's for
yeah,
sale.
there's a couple, I think Joe and then his wife, a partner. And the total acreage is 47.3.
That's the property.
Okay. Yep.
Okay,
That would be my concern.
Mhm.
What is the purpose of looking into purchasing that?
We-
I could answer that.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me okay, Jim?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so, we have an interest in creating a preserve, to protect the property and allow for, public access and also protect that, the river frontage. I think it's 3,800 square, linear feet of river frontage, so preservation and use of the property for the public.
My own feeling is that's pretty expensive for a town where our tax rates just went up 20%. We don't have any industry. And you also have a walking trail almost along that trail right now that the town maintains. Plowed in the winter. It's a dead end road. There's no traffic on it. It's a great walk.
you're talking about Water Street, right?
No, I'm talking about the Lower Oak Point Road. And if you go 500 feet up the road, you've got the Central Maine power line, and you can walk or four-wheel or cross-country ski from the Penobscot River to Marsh Stream. There's no shortage of places to walk or enjoy that place. The Lower Oak Point Road crosses two brooks, goes by a meadow, goes by a historical spot. To me, it's just expensive to purchase this property when town already has a lot of property.
So we are looking for grant funds to purchase the property. We're not asking the town to purchase the property.
Well, you're gonna ask the town would have to approve that.
Well, yeah, of course, but it would be grant funds.
It would be grant funded.
Do we know that? It'll be
Well, we're
fully
working
funded?
on it.
Okay,
It's
we're
like-
working towards.
We
Well,
have
that's a
we have
big difference. That's a big difference.
We have a committee that has formed to look at how we would possibly purchase that property.
That's gonna take some time.
Yeah, we're working on it. We have a few different,
And I understand the seller wants to sell.
we're having these conversations with
Oh, yeah, he might,
real.
I own property down there.
Yeah.
And I know Joe well.
Mhm.
He's a good guy and whatever, and he's got hit kind of hard and he wants to sell his property.
And they are absolutely welcome to sell their property. We have communicated with the realtor, that there's no agreement that we're going to purchase it.
Mhm.
They're very open, they can sell it. There's no obligation between us and them.
I say,
Yeah, so Jim, we presented it to the town council and they, supported us exploring, looking into grants to purchase the property. So there's no commitment by the town other than just, investigating it and giving us, the freedom to have conversations with different grant entities and the realtors.
I say,
So the people in town make nice use of Blueberry Hill. They go up and in past years, they've been able to pick blueberries. And hopefully when a new lease is written, we will make that available again to residents in the town. The Marsh Stream Trail kind of went into disrepair, but that's repaired again. So people can use that. And we have a newsletter that goes out to let people know about these properties so that they can enjoy them. And this would be the only property that would provide river access. And as you mentioned last night, it's in a cove, not actually,
that's not on the main river. It's in a cove.
yeah,
Sure.
but it's,
And pretty sure, I haven't been across the whole thing since I was a teenager, but river access is pretty limited because of the steep banks. Very steep banks right there. There's no beach there at all.
Right.
And because of the removal of the dams along Penobscot and different places, the silt is infiltrating the shoreline of Penobscot River. It's a shame. Old Point Cove has almost disappeared.
We did.
Yeah, part of the work that we're interested in doing in developing it is there are some lowland parts that are gentle sloping that you could access either by foot or launch a kayak or canoe. And the other thing that we have that is of interest in the value of the property is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Penobscot River Trail system. So paddling and having different access points from Medway down to connecting to Verona Island. But that was another interest. And so it would be not only access from land, but access from the water to the land.
And the mud flats are a significant habitat. Marisa could probably talk about that more, but Kelsey, you have made some observations when you were kayaking about that area. So we know there are they called wading birds?
Yeah, it's
There.
Probably.
it's a state protected significant wildlife habitat. They call it tidal wading bird and waterfowl habitat. And so it's recognized as moderate, I believe, and the moderate and high value are the ones that are protected under the state wildlife habitat protections.
There are 2 brooks on the property, is that right?
There's 2 brooks and then there's a trail system that exists already that Joe probably would have put in when he was developing it.
Pretty limited. And the brook is a seasonal brook.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not
Okay,
comes from a pond, a vernal pond.
Yeah.
On the left-hand side of it. It's not part of the property. And then the brook would go down through the ravine, but
Yeah.
it's very seasonable.
okay. Yeah. So our interest, much like Jim was at the Waterfront Acquisition Committee
Okay.
last night meeting too, and I had stated then that this is the first time that I'm aware of in the history of the town that we've had an opportunity to acquire property that is on the water, whether it's the river or cove, it's on the water. So that's a really exciting proposition. But the reality is, as you have stated, for the people of the town to be willing to purchase this, whether it's a long-term bond, that's an option. The bond that is currently in effect is almost paid off. It was for this whole municipal complex. So I don't see, and I think if we can show the taxpayers, the voters, that this will be what do they call it, net zero? I don't even know what that means, but
No tax money.
yeah.
No tax money. That would flow.
Yeah, then I would hope they would see that as
As a benefit.
Yeah.
Which you probably would be. But for $1.1 million,
No.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're not depriving yourself of anything.
Yeah, well, it would be a loss. To us, it would be a loss, but that's what we're about as a conservation committee. So if we can present this to the voters in a way that makes it acceptable to them, then it's a beautiful piece of property. I haven't been on it. We assured.
How can you say it's beautiful if you haven't
Well,
been on it?
because Kelsey took a walk and and took us with him on his walk.
Uh,
So, yeah. Technology
I did
is
a-
wonderful.
I did a video tour and I've sent some pictures and stuff, and Marisa and I have both been on there and have shared what we saw with the other council members
I've been there too.
and Lily.
And there are, I don't know, do you feel comfortable sharing some of the work we've done with the Maine Coast Heritage Fund? Kelsey?
Sure. So yeah, we, initiated this process and reached out to Maine Coast Heritage Trust. I don't know if you're familiar with those folks, Jim, are you?
I've heard of them.
Okay, yeah, so they're large, not only just coastal, but sort of near coastal land trust. And they have a pretty significant group of donors and a significant number of properties, but they originally were really, right now, they're committed as helping us kind of navigate the grant process. They haven't committed to any support beyond that. But they've helped us kind of get started, and they also did reach out and they found an anonymous donor for the cost of the initial restricted appraisal. So they helped with that through their network. So then they're still part of sort of the process as we develop the grants and so, acting as a guide and sounding board. So that's the amount of involvement they've had so far.
That's a real good organization that can help you a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we can't forecast and we can't bank on promises and maybes, but we're hopeful that as we demonstrate our interest in, our commitment to trying to make this work, that what happened with the anonymous donor for the appraisal cost, we're hoping that they'll continue to step up. But again, that's hope. Can't bank on that, but that seems to be, a show of good faith and action may yield more support from Maine Coast Heritage Trust. They're still at the table, but not in a monetary way yet.
Well, that's answered my questions.
Okay.
And as of last night, the rumors go wild in Winterport, and now more informed.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you're on the right track.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
Thank you for
thanks
that.
for coming.
Thank you for your time and thank you for your good work.
Of course, yeah, thank you for coming.
For something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna
To
write,
have a spokesperson like Mr. Foley in the community with his connections
Mhm.
and having him get a clear sense of
yeah,
what we're about, I think is going to be very helpful. So I greatly appreciate his coming tonight.
Would we, so like, our newsletter right now is mostly just sort of like, fun, I don't wanna say fluff pieces, but I don't know if that's the space maybe to summarize sort of like what we're working on, or if that would cause too much, like more angst than, is
Let's
necessary.
approve the August minutes first, and then we can go right into that as an agenda item, right?
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yeah,
did everyone have a chance to look at the minutes?
yeah. Motion to approve the meeting minutes?
August minutes, thank you.
Second.
August minutes?
Yeah.
And Marianne, you're the only other person. You're the only one here.
Yeah, okay, all in favor of that?
All in favor?
Okay,
Lily Caldery.
Mary,
Kelsey's all,
aye.
aye.
Marisa Monroe, 5.
Okay. Unanimous. Thank you all. Marisa and Kelsey, may I sign in proxy for you?
Sure. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Go into that.
Okay, so Marisa, yeah, we can talk about the newsletter.
Oh, newsletter?
That's what she just brought up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Okay. Well, it actually, I brought that up, but I actually don't have time to talk about the there. We want to talk about the approval to apply to this grant. Need to go in about 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Marisa, can you pull back a little bit from your computer or phone? Because the sound isn't coming through really clearly.
Let me move around. Is this any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Pouring rain, this is great, okay. I don't know what you heard, so I'll repeat. I need to leave in about 5 minutes to do work, but, so I can't I guess I shouldn't have brought up the newsletter, but if you want to talk about, seeking approval to pursue this grant.
Yeah, talk about the grant.
Okay, so the resiliency program grant, it's administered by MCHT, but it's federal funds through NOAA. It's some of the Inflation Reduction Act funds. And we're eligible geographically. The deadline to apply is October 22nd. And so if we could ask, there's no maximum, but we can ask up to $250,000, or there's no maximum, but they're thinking probably around $250,000. There's no match requirement. So we could consider it as part of the larger pie of other grants potentially, since there's no match required. And yeah, I don't see a huge downside in trying to apply. And so just asking for approval by the commission is to bring it to the town council, seek approval to apply to the grant. There's also people involved who have offered help for organizations that don't have a lot of capacity to apply, so we could reach out to them so that could take some of the burden off of us as well.
So this, Marisa, this would be, if it'd be helping to secure for the Lower Oak Point property, is that what this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so this is for land acquisition.
Yeah.
The funds can also be used for due diligence costs. So some potentially other admin, and also they do allow pre-acquisition. I don't think we'll get to that point, but say some anonymous donor was like, oh, they're gonna sell it, or MCHT was like, we'll buy it and hold it for you. If you allow pre-acquisition and then refunding the grant money if we were to get the grant. But this timeline is, the grant funds distribution is a lot quicker than the other grants we've been looking at. So that potentially could signal to, other grants, other people involved. If we were, I think the decision go out in December, so the application October 22nd, and then decision in December. And then I don't have my notes, but I think, distribution of funds soon after that.
Do you know if this would be eligible for the match for the LWCF grant? 'Cause that's required,
I
right?
don't think it would because it's federal funding,
Right, okay. So,
and that needed state, so, I mean, if potentially we get this and then, we could pursue Land for Maine's Future funding, which would be a match for the other federal grant, but I understand that we could combine federal grants, we just can't use it as a match.
Okay. Yeah, so basically it would help, it would reduce the amount that we'd have to pursue for the other grants that we're working on.
Yeah, and all of those, I think, are pretty much capped out at $250,000 or less.
Yeah.
So, depending what the appraisal is, which we're sort of assuming that it's gonna be a little bit, or quite a bit less than the $1 million. So,
Go ahead.
yeah, it's just an application and it doesn't bind us to,
Okay.
I guess it doesn't, I don't know
Yeah.
what happens if we get it and then, we can't get the rest of the funding, but.
I don't see an issue with moving forward.
So I have some process questions. So when I looked at the steps, and it looks like you have to have someone come do a site visit, which is, am I correct about that? That has to be in tomorrow. That's what you have to do tomorrow, right?
Correct. No, so, not exactly. They need to do a pre-acquisition review, which is not necessarily mean that they go to the property. We just have to apply to have them do it by tomorrow.
Okay,
So and then they do it at their own speed.
okay,
We can, in addition, ask them to visit the site in the future, saying like, I was thinking that might be a possibility because I've looked at some of the maps that they're gonna be using to assess that property's resiliency. And I'm not sure it captures, some of the great aspects of it, like the mature forest, the songbirds, etc.
so
That's an option, but it's not required.
yeah, Marisa, I have no issue or problem with you making the September 26th, meeting that deadline, because that's not committing the town to anything. However, in the pre-application questions, we are asked, who is applying for this? And it will be the town applying for this. So we have to be able to present to the town council the full scope of what the application requires, especially that end requirement from NOAA. They have some requirements that we have to meet after they review the application, which may raise some concerns with the town. So I would just like to have a presentation put together between now and October 22nd. And unfortunately, the town council meets the first Tuesday of the month and they don't meet after that. So that's a pretty quick turnaround. Do you think you can prepare and be present to present this grant application to them for their approval?
Well, do we have to prepare the entire application in order to get approval to apply to the grant? That doesn't.
I don't think so.
What the requirements, we can tell them about, I can go and present all the requirements of the grant. Which it's fine, it's expected, but I don't think we need to finish the application because that's what we're requesting permission to do.
No, I wasn't suggesting you finish the application. I was suggesting that you inform
So,
the town council about every requirement that the town has to meet in order to be able to meet the guidelines of the of the grant itself, like the NOAA requirements that are at the end of that whole application. I went through and looked at the whole application process, but, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, understanding what that process is and communicating that to the town council has to happen before we can apply, because the commission cannot apply for that. It is only available to municipalities. Okay,
Yes, that's what I was asking, if we can take that to the town council and get approval, so I don't think there's reason to hide.
you don't,
So I'm not sure exactly what the concern is, if the requirements are laid out. And we can bring those requirements to them.
okay, that's all that's needed, and just make sure you bring those NOAA requirements, because they're gonna review, NOAA's gonna review the application or the grant, or,
Yep.
is that right, the application?
Right.
So, and they look for specific things.
No, yeah, I mean, the requirements don't seem absurd, they're,
Okay,
to steward the land. So,
right,
and either town council says yes or no, but I don't see it as a big hurdle in presenting the grant.
And so when is the next town council meeting?
the 7th,
October
On the
7th?
7th.
Are you available then, Marisa?
Yeah, I will be presenting, another matter that our residents on Washington Street have been involved with, so, yeah, I will be there.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Stay tuned, it's dramatic times on Washington Street.
It's going to be a very interesting meeting.
All right, I gotta go, I'm so sorry, but if,
Thank you.
can we like approve to bring that to the town council?
That
Do you
would
think
be
it
a-
should do?
Yeah,
I'll make a
Sure.
motion to bring the application to the, what was it called? Climate resilience.
It's like climate resiliency program grant application.
To the town council.
okay, I'll get the correct language for that, but, okay.
I'll second that motion.
Okay.
All in favor, sorry. Lily called her.
Marisa, I.
Kelsey, aye.
I need to think a minute. Mary Ann Royal, aye. Just need to make sure I may have to abstain from something. Okay, unanimous.
Great, it'll be interesting to see just how the application process goes. Oh, if it gets approved, but yeah.
Okay, thanks,
Um,
Marisa.
And, it's another feather in our cap for the landowner, I think. So they really are responding to any actions we take, so.
Yeah.
We can share this, I'll share this with, Eric, the realtor, that's another step we're taking, so this will be great.
Well, thanks, Kelsey. Thanks, everyone. Gotta go look for Vivian's.
Good
Watch
luck.
where you drive tonight.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, thanks, bye.
Okay, tax acquired shoreline property, maybe we'll just put this down. But maybe we can address her she brought up about the newsletter very quickly.
Sure.
So I think that was a good idea. Marisa brought up, that should we share more than what we have been in the newsletter, such as, like to answer Jim's question about, some summary of the activity we are doing around purchasing or attempting to purchase properties.
I think any information we get out right now is only,
Yeah.
only, I don't know where I want to go with that.
Beneficial.
Yeah, that's the word, beneficial to everyone. I think we try to encourage people to go to our page and read our minutes and hopefully now there'll be some people, tuning in to see what we're about, and so they'll get more and more information that way. But yes, if we could talk a little bit about the newsletter, the prints that I have been doing, the first newsletter disappeared fairly fast. There's still a good little pile at the library, so they're not being picked up there. They are being picked up at the town office. We have had one or two people email us asking to be put on the digital subscription list, but not a lot. And I don't know how we can go about generating more interest because I think that'll be crucial in selling, as Jim alluded to, this project to the voters. So that would be wonderful.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, does Casey review the newsletter before it's released?
No, do you think that
I
would
think-
be?
I think for this, including this, I think it would be a good idea, just so we don't mischaracterize anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's aware that that's there, so it doesn't all of a sudden get a bunch of calls.
Mhm.
People are like, what's going on?
Well,
You know,
why
you
don't
know,
we go beyond Casey and just send it to the town, each member of the town council too? It won't.
Yeah, I guess my question was a review before it was released.
That's what I mean.
So you want to do that with the town council as well? Okay.
Well, not ask them to review it as much as this is what we are proposing. Do you have any questions?
Okay, yeah, no, that's great, I think that's a good idea.
Okay,
So any ideas about how we can get it distributed a little wider? I mean,
I think posting it on Facebook or like if that was possible, probably is as a PDF
Mhm.
to look at there. It seems to be how people see things and learn about things in this town.
So ask Casey to
Unfortunately.
post it. No, that's fine. To ask Casey to post it to the town website. I mean, to the town
Facebook,
Facebook
yeah.
page. Okay. Okay.
Have we, put it at the gas station in the past?
I went looking there, Kelsey, and there didn't seem to be any place you could put that kind of information.
Yeah, maybe it's gone, there was like a info board by the benches at one point, I haven't been down there recently, but
Yeah,
maybe, I'd be happy to take a bundle down and see if we could put it somewhere.
okay. So that brings up the question of, it's about $100, and I footed that bill for the two, but I'm not going to be able to do that a third time.
Yeah.
We have $900 in the account.
And I think we're planning to use 300 of that for the
Right.
appraisal.
Right.
So, maybe since there's a pertinent information to share now, we should do this next issue for October, and then maybe it becomes like quarterly or biannually a newsletter.
Well, right now it is quarterly, we just do
Oh,
it
okay.
seasonally, right?
Right,
Spring,
so maybe
summer.
then it could just be biannually, just two issues each year. that would reduce the financial burden, and it seems like, to me, people aren't picking it up because they just saw it, or, I don't know. I think they would be more apt to pick it up if it was less abundant. Not that we don't have good information to share, but it's expensive, and we're having trouble even doing it,
Oh, you mean getting it?
getting it together. And maybe like,
Are you suggesting twice a year? Is that what you're suggesting?
yeah,
Yeah.
or what about, fewer copies are printed and it goes online
It is online.
or on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, it is on the website, on our page.
Mhm.
There's one for newsletters there. I have to work, well, I have to work on that though. Okay.
Cause I mean, we said there are $800 in the account or nine?
900.
Nine, so we really only have, we don't have money to spend on that really.
Right, and the other thing is we're gonna have to get council approval to spend that money.
Yeah.
There's been quite, as I mentioned in the email, a pushback. And because this isn't part of the budget process, part of the approval of the budget, this is reserve money that has been allocated to the Conservation Commission. But to spend that money, we have to get council approval. So Kelsey, you will have to get council approval for that 300 before you can commit it, if you will. Has the appraisal been scheduled?
It has been scheduled, yeah.
Okay,
Or, I'm sorry, we've ordered it. It has, I don't know when he's gonna do it, but
Okay.
it's been ordered.
okay, so we had best at the October meeting, ask for permission. And I can do that as part of the report, because the way the town council agenda works is they have committee reports. And in that report,
Yeah.
I can, or Lily, if you want to come to that meeting and do it, but we can make a report about all of the things we've been doing, and then request approval for the $300 for the appraisal. Of course, starting with the fact that we have had a donation. That donation, that's the other thing, that donation should come to the town.
Yep, we're it's in the works.
Okay,
We've been,
okay.
It's on its way to.
Okay, so then that we are receiving that, the state law says that we can receive gifts. And we are responsible for administering those gifts. So this is a gift. I hope it's we kind of need to have a letter, maybe from Maine Coast Heritage Trust, saying that there's an anonymous donation being made as a gift to the Conservation Commission. And that would allow us then to administer, I forget what the state law is, but we do administer it. We still, even though we have that legal authority, we still have to get the approval of the town council to release the funds. So,
We did ask for a letter from the
Good.
donor stating how the money should be used.
excellent, okay,
I
so,
think we're good there.
okay. So that's coming, that we
Just
haven't received that yet.
No, it's on its way.
Who is that being mailed to?
The town of Winterport.
So we
The
need to let Casey
He's
look at,
aware.
watch,
Yeah.
he's aware. So he's watching out for it. Okay, okay. Okay, sounds like you've dotted your i's and crossed your t's.
So tax acquired shoreline property, since we're already talking about it. Kelsey, do you want to finish the update on Oak Point, Lower Oak Point Road?
Yeah, I'm trying to think,
I guess,
yeah. So I guess the more recent, we've got I don't think, Marianne, were you aware of the meeting we had with, the Land for Water Conservation Fund, which is basically water access through the state?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So we met
Okay,
with them.
right, yeah, so we met with, a representative, he's a state employee and he administers this grant, LWCF grant, the Land for Water Conservation Fund. And it's through the National Park Service. And so he walked us through the process and, the timeline of the application and the requirements. And so we have a site visit scheduled for September 30th, where, his name is Matthew Henyon. And so he's gonna come and basically take some pictures and do an assessment as part of the application process with his supervisor's gonna be there. And then the realtor that's representing us, the buyers, the potential buyers, there's no commitment right now. And then the seller's realtor representation is going to be there. We've also invited the Maine Coast Heritage Trust folks. Hopefully they can come. So that'll be a site visit on September 30th from 1 to 2. So that's the more recent update other than the appraisal. And I have to catch up on a Land for Maine Futures submission request. So that's the next step on my agenda or my list of stuff. We haven't met as a group yet. We haven't found a time to meet as the subcommittee in person. So we're still working on trying to line that up. But I don't know if you have anything to add, Lily.
No, other than just like, this kind of leads into the Freedom of Access Act. It's so difficult for us as 3 people working full-time jobs to meet. And so I think that's kind of why we keep using email.
Can we,
Yeah.
can we back up a minute?
Sure.
Are all 3 of you gonna be at this, site visit?
Yep.
All, you, Marissa, and Kelsey?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, one of you has to back out. Otherwise, it has to be advertised as a public meeting. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's what
So
statute.
Can we
that's-
make
I-
it a public
Maybe
meeting?
we need to get
Yes.
into the
We
FOAA
need to get
discussion
into that
because,
then. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you sending the link. I found the state statute. And it'd be nice to walk through it. There's a lot there packed in and one question I had was, I understand the public meeting process and advertising for that. So anyway, we can deal with that, but my biggest question was the discussion, conflict that I think you brought up, Marianne. I couldn't find anywhere in the reference in all the statutes related to that reference restriction on discussion outside of a meeting. So do you know where that
Yeah,
reference is?
it's right on the State of Maine website. You want, you
Yeah,
want to try to
I'm
read
there.
that? Okay, so scroll down towards the bottom.
I was there.
This is the bottom.
Okay, that's all remote participation. How do you scroll up on this? I'm not, just do it fast. No, you're gonna have to scroll for me, but a little slower. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Okay, keep going. Yeah, keep going. Public records, what is a public, keep going, yeah. Okay, keep going, that's all the request.
Are you in the statute or are you on the
No, we're
webpage
looking
for-
at the is this the training?
This is the website you sent us that was
This is-
frequently
yeah, the
asked
facts, yeah.
questions.
Why can't I make that
It's
work?
2 fingers.
Oh, it's 2, okay.
There you go. And you have to make sure your
Yeah,
mouse
you
is
do it.
on the page.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
You were dead.
Yeah, that's just requesting the
Do
information.
you have this up on the YouTube thing?
Oh, yeah, can we share it on the computer here, on this computer?
Yeah,
Here.
Yeah. yeah. You need the
You
mouse
have
to
to link,
click on the.
what's the link to the
on the
YouTube site?
link. I'll just do a search here.
Oh, I found it.
Freedom of access.
Oh, I found it.
Freedom of access.
So there's a paragraph in there that explains about.
there's a paragraph in there
Oh,
that
second word.
explains, so there's a
Kelsey,
paragraph.
I think needs to move, or we need to move. Okay.
You don't want to cut the microphone off there.
Go ahead.
Microphone off there. Go ahead, microphone off there. Go ahead, microphone off there.
What's that noise? We're gonna have to cut
I
it.
just closed it. I think I was interfering and causing the feedback because I was logged into the YouTube site.
Okay.
So I can just, you're on the webpage.
Yeah, it's a maine.gov webpage, and it's Maine Freedom of Access Act, frequently asked
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, so you're not in the statute itself. You're just in the webpage right now.
Right.
Okay,
Keep
gotcha.
going down.
Is,
Going.
is email in the,
I'm pretty sure this is where it's. Oh, keep going. No, public proceedings, this is where it is. Okay. Okay, keep going. Oh, yeah, we can hold them, yeah. Okay, keep going. Yeah, there it is. Can members of a body communicate with one another by email? So it's towards the bottom.
yeah, can members of a body communicate with one another by email outside of a public proceeding? The law does not prohibit communications outside of public proceedings between members of a public body unless those communications are used to defeat the purposes of the FOIA.
So now this is the,
Email or other communication among the members of a body that is used as a substitute for deliberations or decisions which should properly take place at a public meeting may likely be considered a meeting in violation of the statutory requirements for open meetings and public notice.
Where are you? I can't,
It's towards the bottom of the document, but
Yeah.
it's up,
if you could do a search of it for email, just put
Yeah.
search email on,
if you do Control F.
Yep.
Email,
okay, I've got email.
there's one reference at the top, and then there's one kind of towards the middle bottom.
Is it under what methods of remote participation may be used?
no, it's not remote participation. Keep going down further.
Oh, that's up from that one, Kelsey, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So,
What's the subheading paragraph?
Can email be used, right? It's hard to find.
here, it's right.
Can a member of a body communicate with one another by email? That's the subheading.
The challenge here is that they hyphenated E-mail. So
Oh.
that one didn't show up.
Um,
I had the
Oh.
same problem, Kelsey.
I was just doing the same
Ah.
thing, like, what
Okay.
page am I on?
Yeah, okay. So E-mail will bring
Oh,
it
there's
up.
12 references. Okay.
They need a copy.
Can members of of a body communicate by email out of a public meeting?
Yeah. That's right. So it's up to, so is that, to me, that means it's kind of subjective as to what is a
If you're sharing
topic of
information,
of
if you're sharing information with each other, that's fine. If you're making decisions about a next step, like accepting the gift from the anonymous donor, that's not okay. That needs to happen in a public meeting. You have to come here, you have to be on YouTube.
Can you tell me where you're looking? I need to look at it visually. I have, can members of a body communicate with one another?
Yeah,
Okay, so then the first sentence starts
So-
with the law.
yeah, let me just read this to you in the middle of the bigger paragraph. The underlying purpose of FOAA is that public proceedings be conducted openly and that deliberations and actions be taken openly. Clandestine meetings should not be used to defeat the purpose, and obviously you're not using it to defeat the purpose. Public proceedings must be conducted in public and any person must be permitted to attend and observe the body's proceedings although executive blah blah. In addition, public notice must be given for a public proceeding if the proceeding is a meeting of a body or agency consisting of 3 or more persons. So that's why I said one of you has to back out of the September 30th meeting.
Or it needs to
Shannon
be,
could go.
Yeah, I'm having trouble understanding, like, is it when a decision is made, or if there's this conversation about making plans and discussion, so I don't.
Yeah.
Where I was getting hung up, I don't see a
Plans-
reference to
Plans are
discussion.
not a problem. Plans are not, but is this a good idea? Is it not a good idea? Should we do this? Should we do that? No, that's discussion. And that needs to happen in public. But
I still don't see where it explicitly says limiting discussions about, business operations and just our daily working together to try to like process and plan and work
yeah.
outside.
So I think it's the first sentence there, email or other communication among the members of a body that is used as a substitute for deliberations or decisions, which should properly take place at a public meeting, may likely be considered a meeting and in violation of the requirements for open meetings and public notice. But I agree, like, you can't make a plan without discussing and deliberating, you know?
Right,
so you have to do it. in
so
a
if you
public-
go to the statute and you look under, if you go to the top of that webpage and you can click on, what is the Freedom of Access Act? Click on Freedom of Access Act link,
Mhm.
and that gets you to the statute.
Okay, so while we're doing that, let me refer back to something Jim Foley said about the rumors that are going around the town about what we're doing.
Before we do
So,
that, can we
wait,
just
let me
go through,
just-
can we go through a process before we start doing examples?
No,
Just
no,
because I wanna just clear up what a decision is, and there is a definition, if you click on this link
Right
in
here.
statute.
Right here, I see it, 407, decisions.
So it's pretty explicit about what a decision is, if you read through that, and it's not about making plans for meeting or, formulating discussions about, just general business or business
Conditional approval,
operations again.
conditional approval or denial, and dismissal or refusal to renew contract.
So it's pretty specific on what
Mhm.
they're referring to and what a decision is by definition. But I think this needs to really follow through not only the webpage and the frequently asked questions, but the statute and the definitions. And I don't think that we're gonna be able to do that in -5 minutes. So I would propose that we have a meeting that we all go through and review this specific to this topic, because I think it's pretty important.
So this is the decision part. The deliberations part is what we're talking,
Yeah.
where we're seeming to
There's-
get hung up.
I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a lot to this, and I think that the way that one person reads that webpage can be interpreted differently by different people, but if we refer back to the statute, because there's different levels of decision-making and process within this whole list of statutes and subsections that I think we could just pull out of what's in the language and not have questions about what we think things are.
So Kelsey, this all came up for me because of a training I went to that MMA had on appeals board. I'm now on the appeals board. And
Yeah, and I
then,
appreciate that, Marianne,
wait, let me
you,
finish.
you,
Kelsey, please, let me finish.
but I think you need to recognize, Marianne, that you've been saying things about having discussions and points, and then you make them yourself, and then you make assumptions, and you are based on your interpretation, and none of us have really had the time to look at this, and so
It
you're
was,
telling us what we can and cannot do, but we have to all go through this.
okay, so I appreciate that you have to come to your own conclusions. What I'm trying to say is that the lawyers were specific about this in the appeals board training. Maybe we could we ask MMA to answer some questions from us? We can ask Casey to send them to MMA, and I think that would be an excellent way to get this cleared up, and we can give them some specific examples, like your group.
Who's MMA? Who's
What's
MMA?
MMA?
The Maine Municipal Association, so they're a body of lawyers that understand municipal law. And in fact, they do FOAA training and FOIA training and the municipal officers actually have to take it. We aren't required to take it. You will see in that fact sheet, it talks about the people that are required to take
Yeah.
it. So I don't think
Good.
we're disagreeing on anything, but I do agree with you that it's important for everyone to understand what this means for us. So how
Yes.
about could we ask you to come up with some questions you would like to send to MMA to get clear on this? And give them some examples, just like,
No, Marianne, I think we need to, as a commission, walk through this webpage and the statute and all try to understand it together and come to an, and then we can develop, if we have questions after that, but I don't think me coming up with questions is the way to go. I think
I
we
agree.
should have a dedicated meeting where we all walk through this together and we're all exposed to it at the same level. And then we develop questions as a commission.
I agree.
okay, that's fine if you want to go that way.
And I think we need a dedicated or additional meeting to do that. We keep
I would agree
running,
with
we
that.
keep running overtime. We can't get to everything on the agenda, any of these meetings. So I think we need a separate meeting, public meeting, whatever we call it, to talk about this, to go over it.
I would agree, and I would make a motion that we set up a meeting for that purpose.
Okay, you want to come up with the date?
I can come up with some dates and send it up to the whole commission body, and then we can
Okay,
pick a date based on everybody's availability.
yep.
Sounds good.
Do you want a consultant here at all?
A consultant, you mean an independent
Somebody who
party?
knows something about this, as opposed to us trying to figure it.
No, I think that's where the questions will develop.
Okay,
If
okay.
we all don't, we
Okay.
don't understand, yeah.
Well, I don't have any questions, but you all do, and I respect that,
Right.
so, yep. Okay, so Kelsey will send around. I'll second your motion, Kelsey,
Thank you.
and, okay, all in favor?
Yeah. Lily Calderon.
Kelsey, aye.
And MAR. I.
I would,
You know what? We don't have 4 people anymore. We lost our quorum, right?
oh, okay, so we need to end our meeting.
Well, we can't transact business, we can't take motions. Would you withdraw your motion, please, Kelsey?
I withdraw my motion to,
Motion withdrawn.
does that mean we can't set up a meeting till we can meet with at least 4 people? Publicly?
You are free to send an email around, to set up a meeting, that, you're free to do that. You're a member of this committee and you're free to do that.
And I would just say, I think after that, like, I think this is it will be a good way to dive into some specific topics. So like that meeting, we will talk about this document and come up with some questions. I think we can continue to have our monthly meetings to talk about a lot of different things, but then like there are things on here we cannot get to in these meetings. So like we should have another meeting in another month, another time about the hunting and trapping policy. That's like something none of us have time to actually read. So I think we should create these dedicated meetings to specific topics if we want to get anywhere. It means more meetings, and I think that's part of where the frustration is coming from, is that it's so hard for us to actually meet. And so if we did actually meet every time we make a decision, we will get nothing done. That's what drives me nuts. It's like crazy. We would not get anything done. Then we would lose the property. It'll be gone before we can even have a meeting. So,
So are we not able to meet then, now that we have only 3
yeah, I think
members?
we
of
have,
the group?
we can't.
All right, I'm gonna sign off then.
Yeah, it's 7:00 anyway.
Okay, thanks, take care.
Bye-bye.
Wait. But there's no need to adjourn the meeting. The meeting should have been adjourned when,